Our first guest is Dr. Christopher Almond, who is assistant in cardiology at the Boston Children's Hospital. He joins us from their studios at Children's Hospital. We welcome you this morning.
Thank you.
We have to ask you to begin by briefly describing this device that is being referred to as the Berlyno heart. What does it do, and when is it used currently in pediatrics?
Sure. It's basically a heart assist device or blood pump that allows blood to be drained from the heart and injected back into the body to maintain good blood flow to all of the organs in the body. And it's typically used when a heart is failing and cannot do that on its own.
And what is unique, if anything, about this device versus other heart assist device we've heard about over the years?
Sure. Now, the unique part about this particular device is that it's really designed specifically for children. Most of the devices that have currently been evaluated and approved by the Food and Drug Administration have really been available for adults. But until this time, really very few devices have been available for children.
So you're saying that this is really the only device designed specifically for children that is available today?
That's right, and of course it's available right now under compassionate use rather than as a fully approved device. But that's basically where the device is in terms of its evaluation at the present time. Meaning
that when you want to use it, you have to get in touch with the FDA for special permission for each case.
That's right. At the present time, that's what's required. Over time, it is hoped that information about the performance of the device will allow it to actually be approved by the Food and Drug Administration, but at the present time, those data have not been available just yet.
And again, it is an assist device, meaning it's not intended for permanent use, so in what kind of settings would you want to use this kind of device?
Sure. We generally are interested in using a device such as the Berlyno heart when a patient needs to wait a long time, typically for a heart transplant. In the U.S. right now, wait times for a donor heart can take weeks or even months sometimes. And current forms or current technology can support children typically for days or perhaps weeks. But unfortunately, they aren't able to provide the kind of reliable long-term support that is necessary for children who are awaiting a heart transplant.
And give us some sense of the numbers. That is, how many children in this country in general need heart transplants each year?
Sure. Well, I think the bigger picture, it looks like there are probably 100 or 200 children, most estimates suggest, that would benefit from a device like the Berlyno heart in terms of providing this sort of level of support to heart transplantation. Most kids actually don't require this particular level of support. That is, their blood pressure and other things can be stabilized with medicines. But in cases where more support is necessary, most estimate that probably 100 or 200 cases a year would be done.
So we're talking about much fewer numbers than in adult situations.
Yeah, it's a very important point. If you look at estimates for heart failure in the adult population, they're much larger than what we see in children. In children, heart failure is a relatively rare condition, and situations where a device such as either the Berlyno heart or another ventricular assist device is necessary is even rarer. So it's a relatively rare condition, and one that we, of course, see a fair amount just because of our practice, but in the grand scheme of things, it's something that is relatively rare.
And so far, what has been your clinical experience or that of others with this device?
Yeah, well, I think the experience we've had is very similar to other centers out there, and now there are almost 30 different centers that have implanted the Berlyno heart over the last 2 years. And I think what we've seen are some successes, a little bit like the story that was just presented. I think we've also seen situations where kids have run into problems on the device and have not been able to survive to transplant. But I think that experience has been relatively similar across the country.
Mm-hmm. As you know, we keep hearing stories about